So we're Iron Range Adventures podcast. I have the pleasure of sitting next to Jada Macon. How are you today?
Pretty great. I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. For the listeners that may not know yet, who's Jada?
Well, my name is Jada Macon. I've been here since 2002, so since I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I am biracial, Black, Native, and white.
Okay.
So that is me, and I am the owner of Sensational.
Okay. And for the listeners who don't know, what is Sensational?
Sensational is an organization that works for correctional facilities. I would say it's tailored to correctional facilities, so we help incarcerated inmates receive media, apparels, cosmetics, food services, educational resources, and we help the family of the victims and those who are incarcerated.
Okay. And then what inspired you to stay here and build your life in this community?
So growing up here, just seeing it needed so much multicultural change and just more awareness, just more involvement with entrepreneurship.
Sure. And then who or what shaped you the most early on? Family, community, mentors, or something else?
I would have to say family and family friends. I had a lot of family friends that, took care of me. I've been on my own since I was 14. So I've been, doing what I needed to do and reached out, and I can say your family are your friends.
Okay. And then tell us about Sensational and what is it, how did it start, and then what does the name represent? Okay,
so Sensational, how it started. Let's go back to about 7 years ago. My brother came with me with an idea. I decided to do photo modeling for lingeries. And I loved it. I loved the way it made me feel. I just was, come from postpartum. I just needed to feel that self-esteem back in your body and just feeling beautiful again. And I really got into that, to magazines, to media. And then we just connected just based off that. And Sensational started branding out with apparels and the cosmetics and the need for the resources that they didn't necessarily have. So my brother is incarcerated, and we do have a business together. And just hearing the stories and just the need is what makes Sensational. If you think about sins, you think about dawn of earth, when we walk and we lust, we do all those type of things, and that's what Sensational is about. Is we tailor to those monetizations of the apparels and the cosmetics and the media just of self.
Sure, for sure. Okay. And then what was the moment you knew that I'm doing this is my business?
Well, when I decided to start seeing a demand, huge demand, huge corruption that just needed to be more exposed, that goes along with educational resources.
And what do you mean by the corruption, I guess?
So everybody hears some of the correctional facilities are just there to not rehabilitate any of the inmates, so just to police them in a way of their crimes. So they have to earn that themselves. It's not like you get somebody to help mentor you and say, hey, this is how it goes. It's just the corruptedness comes from crooked cops, crooked officers that are in there that takes contraband, that listens and does, wrongful actions against inmates that is not right. Different types of corruption in that way.
Sure. And then I guess in your eyes, it's a few of them that are crooked, and then it makes them all look bad, correct?
Yeah, well, there's different parts of justice systems that we all decide to think hey, is there a corrupt way? There's a moral issue. It really is what it comes down to, is do we believe that people who are incarcerated deserve to be treated as any other civilian? Okay. And that's what it boils down to.
Sure. And then I guess what makes your product or service special or different?
I guess we tailor to customization. So we tailor to the needs of the individual, and a lot of that is not, there is no other services or products that deliver that to the tailored and incarcerated. So I guess that's what makes us different.
Sure. And then I guess what were some early challenges you faced starting Sensational?
I would say just networking, getting it all together. Our first issue, like we spoke about before, just a little bit of corrupted. There is a warden there at Holsey Correctional Facility. I operate outside of Minnesota. I work in Missouri, and there is a facility there. The woman who ran the facility, she ended up going to jail for having embezzlement. She had corrupted officers. She had all different types of things. So
Jeez.
she decided to accuse our magazine of having pretty much drugs on it. So fentanyl on all the pages. So we went under investigation for almost a year, and it turned back all negative. And we had to pretty much scrap what we called Beauties of Wall Street to now what we own is called Sensational.
Okay.
So that was a huge
Jeez.
thing. Corruption, just people wanting a piece of pie. Federal money is huge. Everybody deals and everybody wants a piece of pie of the federal money. So trying to control that and keep that in has been really hard to really give back to the families who actually are really losing.
Right.
And
I guess for you, what, and I know that we all face it, where does your strength come from, on your hard days? You're just
honestly, coming from nothing, not really coming on the Iron Range and seeing the suburban lifestyle compared to coming from St. Louis, Missouri, where I was born, it's very different. There's a lot of more violence, a lot of more just gangs, just a lot of more affiliation that I didn't have to really experience growing up here.
Sure.
So the difference was just being just that, just
yeah,
different,
sure.
just different.
And you're saying the gangs in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess what has your experience being a young Black female entrepreneur on the Iron Range been like?
Hard, honestly. It has not been easy. I can honestly say things changed racially after 2008. And growing up in school in that way has not been easy. I had played, I was in athletics. I did basketball and volleyball, but always was the last person playing. Always. I never got to play an actual full game. I only got to play maybe about 20 to 30 seconds of every game, so I quit.
Sure.
So that sucks.
Oh, yeah. What's, I guess for a young Black female on the range, what advice would you tell, what advice would you tell them that, if you were able to tell your younger self something to help you get further ahead, what would that be?
Start now. Never forget what your dreams are, and feel those passions that you have, because your most creative self is your younger self. And as you age, you start to sort of dissipate from those because life is happening all around you.
Sure.
You're wanting more things that are priceless, that only you can get by making connections and taking those risks. Right. And taking those risks, just make sure you know what you're risking.
Sure. No, that's awesome.
That's time.
And then have you ever felt pressure to work harder or prove yourself more because who you are?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Really to just be understood, I suppose, coming from a family with very Christian. I was baptized in Chisholm, and I've been going to that church since forever. So being that, sorry, I forgot almost what you were
It's just like
there's so much going on. I forgot what was your question. That's crazy. My mind.
No, it's okay. So these podcasts, they do. Nobody's a professional podcaster quite yet.
Like a talker,
right? Nobody's a talker, but for Jada, she's a very inspiring woman. There's a lot she has going on, and for her to be hey, I gotta do this on my own. Yeah. And that takes.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And that's why I'm here, is to network and to know I'm not doing it on my own. So almost it felt like I was running in place for a very long time and forgot where I was running until I started meeting certain people. So I did a business gala. I started working for the Zenith radio station when they were an organization in Duluth, and I went to a lot of business galas, and we had a tour going on in 2026, and that was great. And that just sort of blew up from there.
That's
started.
awesome.
I met a lot of people. It inspired me to not just feel like you have to margin everything yourself.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. And that's what it is. I guess my other question for you is why do you stay here? Why do you stay on the range? Like, what's your job?
My mom, I guess, growing up here, every time I decide to leave, there's just something that always ends up bringing me back here. I've had some of the best times of my life. Meaning I'm so serious, like those experiences, like out of all the states, I can honestly say Minnesota is the only place that I feel like you can go up to anybody's door and ask for help and they'll help you.
Sure.
Like you can feel safe. They will offer you and extend you their shirt off their back.
Sure.
If you are honest and you say, hey, this is what's going on. And or they might direct you to somebody who can.
Right. And I guess it's funny that we're here. What would you tell your 16-year-old self today?
Don't have no babies yet. I mean, my son's 8. I had conceived at 17 and just started 18, and a family won't change nothing. Not having a strong structured family won't change nothing. Trying to go get it on your own, it actually makes it 10 times harder.
Oh, sure.
You're still a child.
Okay, so everybody, can you repeat a little bit of that?
Don't have no children. I really encourage, and that's what's making it stagnant, that I can't move the way that I want to because I'm still stuck in a situation where I'm co-parenting, and you don't even know if you're really still going to be with that person because sometimes love and lust, you get confused.
Right.
And listen to your parents. It's just temporary.
Yeah.
It's just puppy love. That puppy love and actual love is 2 different types of feelings. Don't get confused.
So I guess the motion of the podcast for that section of it is like, kids won't solve your problems if you already have problems.
No, exactly.
Right. Okay. And then I guess for as well, what's one thing you had to unlearn on your entrepreneur journey?
Literally, not everything's going to be perfect. Scrap it and start again.
Really? Okay.
Scrap it and start again, and it's okay. It's okay to let it go. And that's just like what it was so hard to do, is unlearning what you think that you learned and start relearning everything new, because everything changes every day.
And then did you feel that you had to cut out some people in your life that just weren't there?
Absolutely. And it just, when you start feeling like you're reaching for a level of success that everybody around you ain't even trying to strive for, that level of ambition, it starts to dissipate all the people that you think that are there for you, because you start realizing that they have no time for the things that you're invested in, that you love, and you start realizing that everything that you were doing was for them. Was you trying to build a connection that wasn't reciprocated in the back. So.
And then I guess what's your favorite thing to do, or what's your favorite spot to unwind and get inspired?
Honestly, I would say the nice lake. Actually, the old highway out there in Chisholm. I used to go there all the time and just rock climb, go all the way down, go all the way up, just sit there, just be inspired. It's just breathtaking.
That's awesome.
Everybody who I encourage them to go visit the old highway. It's the hidden spot, if you know what I mean.
The old highway. That's north of Chisholm?
North of Chisholm. So if you come out, it's right by the nursing home, right off the highway. So you go down, there's a division, the lake split. You just keep going straight down, and then that old highway is just kind of tucked. It's kind of tucked back. You kind of got to do a little walking and hiking.
Sure.
It's not clear. Back 8 years ago, you could drive back the ATV, but people. Some of the kids don't remember it anymore. It's sort of dangerous. Some of the things falling off, but definitely breathtaking.
Okay. And then I guess what's one big dream that scares you, but you do it anyway?
Being socially famous.
Wow.
I guess, because just seeing the backlash a lot of people face, and then just having to. Anybody is capable of digging up anything on you and making a freaking meme out of it. And if you don't have the mental capacity to sort of let that just be the internet, and just let it be that. But sometimes it follows you, and sometimes having PR and having that, I just fear, but I'm not scared because I'm willing to take that risk, but just allowing all the negative people that will cause me harm in any way, and allowing myself to know representation matters. How you show up and the people around you do matter, even if you feel like it shouldn't. That's not how society works. So.
Absolutely. And I guess where do you see a Sensation in 1 year and 5 years?
Let's say a multi-million-dollar company.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had experts go over some of our assets and just like where we range and stuff like that, and we're definitely working on it. We've been working on it for the last 6 years and groundbreaking since last year. So.
That's awesome. Okay. And I guess for the younger or the audience out there, like if they're looking to become an entrepreneur and like truly chase their dreams and their passions, like what would be your advice and what would be the first step?
College does not solve everything. It's really hands-on experience. So you can say you want to go there and get that experience or an accredited, acknowledgement to yourself saying that, hey, I did all this time and I did that all last year. I did a lot of basic entrepreneurship, business and management. I did different types of things. I didn't get to finish. I had a life going on during that time, but I'm still successful. I'm still making plans. I still didn't need what I thought to be successful to graduate. Right. And that's a lot of people's stories.
Right. So. Well, knowledge is power, and I think there's a lot of value in if you're truly passionate about something, you just need to go for it.
Yeah.
And figure it out as you go.
Absolutely.
I think my last question on here is what message do you want to leave the Iron Range today?
I would have to say, when it comes to rehabilitating, everybody deserves acknowledgement. Everybody deserves the same treatment, whether or not that's rehabilitating from gambling, drugs, alcohol, major criminal charges. Everybody deserves that. And this is one of the most places where registered offenders get released. Not judging them so hard and offering them some peace as far as services that they can help heal themselves. And that's what we need here.
I love it. So Jada, that's all the questions I have today. I want to say thank you so much for being on the podcast. And then if our listeners want to know more, where do they go?
They can go on Facebook. You can go on Sensational. We also have a website at sensational.co. So you can email us there, and we have a tailored list of what we have. We can just sort of look at some of our products and what we do and how we operate.
And Iron Range Adventures is actually going to be partnering with Jada as well. So we'll have all our information on the website once it's all done, and we'll get you out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Jada. Thanks so much.